Hey everyone, it's TheFilmist once again, and yes, neither one of the videos that I promised have been posted yet. Well, there's been some delays, and also I've had a life happen outside of making this channel, which is still a relatively new thing. And even more importantly, I'm 1 year older as of 2 days ago. So, yeah, I am going to be putting together a little unboxing video for some of the stuff that I picked up for my birthday, or that was given to me, because I've got some pretty good gift givers who really put some thought into the stuff they got me. It was kind of surprising. Um, so that'll be coming up soon, at the very least. And I'm still waiting on a few other things for the other things that I mentioned. But really, what I want to go ahead and talk about right now is just a few bits and pieces of news, of updates, I guess, of things that we've heard today. First off, the Dune trailer was dropped, and that looks pretty fantastic. I mean, it's Denis Villeneuve, however you say that name. He's always fantastic. He's one of my favorite filmmakers in the entire world. Now, I read Dune back when I was a kid. I was like 13 or something like that. Read it twice on the advice of my much older brother, the older filmist, who you'll see in that Batman video if it ever gets made, which has since expanded to have a little bit more cachet and not just be about the trailer that came out 2 weeks ago and more about just talking about the character in general. I've actually put a lot of work into making a trailer for it, which I'm kind of proud of. The Dune trailer looks fantastic. The art direction is just, it's immaculate, and it has that same kind of quality. It feels almost aesthetically, when you watch it, like a combination of the stuff that he was doing with Arrival and also the sandy, harsh environmental look that he had with Sicario, and a little bit of I guess the sort of hazy approach to futurism and sci-fi stuff that you saw in Blade Runner. So I'm real pumped for that. The sandworm at the end looks amazing. We're not in David Lynch territory anymore, even though I kind of like the David Lynch movie. I'm sure I'm not alone in that, but I'm sure we're very rare. So that looks great. You got Timothy Chalamet checking in, Dave Bautista, all this. Now, that's fantastic, but here's another topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a minute. Okay, so one of the videos that I've been waiting to put out has been an unboxing video for the long-awaited, rumored Jodorowsky set from Criterion, or sorry, Arrow. Should be Criterion, but Arrow. Which I actually opted for the U.S. distributor, which is Abco, who is primarily a record label distributor. And I did that because, at the time, Arrow, through numerous delays, had made it very clear that their project was not, or that their release of it was not going to arrive on time. And Abco seemed like they were a lot more on the ball, But it turns out that the exact opposite was true. So now we're still waiting on the Abco set, which was supposed to be, it's been delayed about, 4 times since it was announced? It's been pushed back consecutively, and it was supposed to be released next week, and now it's going to get pushed back a few more weeks, or maybe a month, or whenever. Who knows, honestly. And people are already receiving their Arrow Region 2 or Region B releases. So, Arrow was slow going, and now it's winning the race. We're just going to see which one arrives. If mine arrives next week, that'd be fantastic. I mean, I really want to get into that set because I've been really excited for it. Now, I got to tell you, I know, with the whole COVID situation and things being what they are, that, oh dear, it's starting to rain. Let me cut off here. I'll resume in more dry environs. Okay, everyone, we're back and a little bit drier, and my hair is slicked down so it's not so stupid. I mean, I don't know if this is any better, but yeah. So the Jodorowsky set by Abco, kind of a misfire. I mean, delays are one thing, and I get it because we're in hell world right now, as far as and then we don't even know if we're going to have a post office in the next couple of weeks. Um, Delays are one thing, but this many delays at like the last minute each time is pretty ridiculous. So, you know, we'll see. The other big piece of news that I kind of just want to talk about briefly, and this one's kind of touchy, is of course everybody is talking about now the Oscars' new diversity inclusion rules after 2024 for Best Picture. Um, I think their heart's in the right place. I think that that is a totally misaligned solution to a very real problem, which is the fact that the Oscars have typically marginalized uh, films by minority groups or underrepresented them, and so on. That's definitely true. But the way forward to fix that problem is not by instituting like a certain number of criteria that Best Pictures nominees have to reach, in both the makeup of their production crew and then also what their narrative is, and all you've all seen the listings by now. That's dumb, is what it is. It's really dumb because the thing about it is, film is a form of art. Uh, you can't you can't rigidly uh, define the merits of a piece of art like that. First of all. Second of all, what that's going to do is twofold, right? It's going to take films that, would have in other years won based off of merit alone if they end up winning, during what I'm sure is going to be the small amount of time that these criteria are part of the thing. It's going to make them, for posterity's sake, into kind of like token wins, because everybody's going to be like, well, they just won because of the diversity criteria or the inclusion criteria. Diversity is a good thing, but when you use it like that, it's got weird connotations from like creepy white power folk or whatever. And then also too, it's going to let a lot of films that might not fulfill those criteria, a lot of great films, it's going to have them, it's going to let them get passed over, And the thing about it is, if you really want to fix that problem of underrepresented groups not making it into, or like films by underrepresented groups not making it into the Oscars, then you got to change the voter base. You got to change because it's old white men, and majority of it is anyway. Get younger people, get a more diverse group of voters who will vote in those films, so they can stand up with, and it can be even though the Oscars is already kind of meaningless from an aesthetic standpoint, as is, as are ultimately any contests like that. But if that's what you want to do, that's your solution. You got to change it from the ground up. You don't go after the filmmakers and require them to change. It's not their fault. There are diverse narratives happening in Hollywood. There are diverse narratives happening everywhere. There are tons of films about minority groups and oppressed groups and that kind of stuff. And a lot of them don't fulfill the ridiculous number of requirements otherwise that would allow them to be in the Best Picture race to begin with. So, it's kind of a catch-22. You start at the base. You change the people who are voting the films in. You make them more diverse. They'll bring in with, you make them more diverse. You make sure that they're socially aware. And they'll vote in, ideally, hypothetically, films that would not have otherwise made it or would have been passed over, which is what the entire aim of this thing is in the first place. It's to kind of confront marginalization, which is a thing and does need to be done, definitely. But I think this is not the way to do it, so that's my thought on that. Other news. I guess. Hmm. Uh, I don't know if there is too much film news happening, really. I mean, Robert Pattinson caught COVID. It's not funny at all. I mean, obviously it sucks for the guy, but I mean, that production just can't catch a break, which sucks because that trailer, it's the impetus for me making a video about it. It looks amazing. It looks great. And it just seems like first it was COVID. I mean, that's kind of like emblematic of the entire film industry right now, I suppose. It's a shame. I can't wait to see it, and I hope he's okay because he's a fantastic actor. Hmm. I'm on my second giant cup of coffee for the day. It's typically my routine. Um, yeah. Also, too, for any people who are watching, this actually is a call for work right here. Hey, for all three people who are watching. So in addition to doing this, whatever this is, anyway, I am also in the slow going process of trying to get my first feature film off the ground. I've just finished the second draft, which is, for right now, I think about as finished as it's going to be. The second draft itself has gone through a lot of mini rewrites as well, so it's taken me about 2.5 years to do the research to make this narrative that I'm trying to write as well researched, as thoroughly lived in, and as concise and quick a narrative as I want to make it. So now that we've reached that stage, there is some editing from other people that has to be done with it, but I am looking for concept artists, and I'm looking for storyboard artists, and I'm looking for people who can help me put together a concise pitch package with, aesthetic examples of what I want this film to look like. So if any of you have those skills, or if you'd like to find some way to contribute at all, I will be paying. But yeah, reach out to me. Anyway, thanks so much. I'll see y'all later.